We are installing Koni STRT.T struts, shocks, and UMI lowering springs. Now ideally I would have gone with the STR.T lowering springs. However, this came up for sale on Marketplace used. It's all used stuff, came off of a car, came off an SS after all, and it was super cheap. It was like 300 bucks for all of this, and you're not going to find a kind of deal like that. So I'm not going to be picky on the springs. We can always change them later if I want, but I think these are going to do fairly decent, and it should be a massive upgrade from the stock suspension in this car, especially the shocks and struts. So let's start throwing in the suspension. We're going to start on the front in this video, and then probably a part 2 will hit up the rear. And step 1 is to remove the sway bar. So I'm going to spray this down with some penetrating fluid, and then just be aware that you're probably going to have to replace the bushings. If this has never come apart, your car's got some old bushings on it, they're not going to survive. Now I plan on upgrading the sway bar, so I probably won't actually get to that in this video, but just letting you know. To remove the sway bar, 13mm on the bottom and a 13mm nut up top. My deep socket's not quite deep enough, so I'm going to start it with my wrench. There we go. We got to spin up a couple threads, and then I'll be able to put the impact on. There we go. And then the sway bar mounts are also 13mm. So this one was in the front, and then the standard hex bolt was in the back towards the engine. Same deal on the passenger side. And that's the last one. And out comes the sway bar. Here's what we're left with. Now if you'd like, you can take this apart and then remove the bolt from the bottom, just like that, and give you a little more extra room. We're going to start with removing the caliper bracket. These are two 18mm bolts, top and bottom. There we go. And then I'm just going to zip tie it up out of the way, just like that. Now we're going to undo the two bottom shock mounts. It's the 13 on the bottom, 15 up top. Now up top's going to be a little tricky. Well, these first two are pretty simple. They're 15s. Now the back two are Torx, and this one is in the way of the master cylinder. So let's do the easy one first. Seems a T50 is the right size. So I always like to start by hand first. And once I break it loose, then I'll switch to the impact, like so. Now to get to this last shock bolt, I'm taking off the master cylinder. It's two 15s. I'm using the extension and my ratchet socket to get to this back one. If I remember correctly, if you lift this up and push it over more, we'll get more room to actually maneuver. So let's try. Okay, that's out of its brackets now. There we go. That's all it takes. And now I should be able to fit that in there. Yep, just like that. At this point, I think everything is removed that I want to remove. I can just kind of push down now. We should be able to get this out. Oh, there's the bolt is still hanging up. Now just push down with your body weight and we should be able to get it out of the holes. There we go, and that bolt down there fell, which is good. Okay, now swing it forward and off to the side just a little so we can get this on out. That's going on the tie rod side. And now we just need it to separate up top. There we go. Now you can see the ball joint, it was bad no matter what. There's nothing I could have done to prevent this. In fact, all the ball joints are pretty much like this except for the tie rod ends because I've replaced those. So here's our out with the old, in with the new. And these top hats, they are directional. You can't just swap them. So be careful with that. However, most of you are most likely going to be probably buying parts brand new and then decompressing these springs, pulling the top hat off, putting it on. I'm fortunate enough that since I picked up a used kit, I don't have to deal with that. So before installing, make sure the slots at the bottom are lined up or roughly lined up. And now I'm going to focus on getting the top hat side in first. And then slide this over, something like that. And now loosely get those bottom bolts in. Very loose. Now I'm taking a floor jack and I'm going to lift up with the floor jack. That way I don't have to lift up all by myself. Kind of gives me the extra hand. There we go. Gotta get crafty when you're working by yourself here. So that's lifting up, holding up. We'll put the nuts on and the Torx bolts in and we'll be good. All right, just snugged everything up. We're not torquing anything yet, but snugged. Now we're good. Remove the jack and let's start reassembling things. Mostly buttoned up, getting it off the jack stands onto the ground for the first time. With it on the ground, now I'm going to torque the shock mount bolts. So the nuts torque to 32 foot-pounds. The bolts, the Torx bolts, torque to 37 foot-pounds. Alright, back on the ground. Everything is all buttoned up. Before we were measuring at 28 inches. And I'm just about 26 and a quarter. So that's pretty decent, almost 2 inches. Now keep in mind, these springs were designed for the V8 engine, which is a little bit heavier. So if you have a V8, Z28, it's gonna drop a little bit more. So pretty happy though that it still dropped significantly with a V6 in it. Now I do have a turbo kit, so it's a little extra weight, but still. But yeah, it's noticeable. My jack still fits under there. That's great. It's not slammed on the ground or anything. And the side skirts aren't really much lower than the car. They just kind of, they look like they're lower, but they're not really that much lower. Now we do have a rake. The back is up higher. You can clearly see, and actually take a look. That's our factory wheel gap. It's always been massive. Now here's the front wheel gap, and it's still going to settle a little bit, but that's much better. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Hopefully it's going to handle good, but I believe so. I mean, all the reviews were saying the Koni STRT.T shocks, that's basically the go-tos for a budget setup like this. So next up, we'll do the rears, and then we'll see how much this car actually drops. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.